Welcome, Soul and Love Stories fans. Ready for this? A drunk assistant stumbles into her millionaire boss's bed, and the ending's sweeter than a Miami latte. Sophie and Noah will take you from a noisy bar to a dreamy beach, packed with laugh-out-loud drama and heart-melting moments. Don't forget to hit subscribe so you won't miss out. Help us reach 1,000 subs. We need you to keep brewing these epic love tales. Drop a heart, share it with your crew, and comment below where you're watching from. Let's dive in. Welcome to Miami, Florida, where the sun scorches your skin, the ocean sparkles like a postcard, and tech dreams explode at Technova's annual conference. Sophie Harper, 26, is the CEO's personal assistant here, a sharp, quick-witted gal whose wallet's perpetually in broke-before-payday mode. With college loans hanging over her head like a financial guillotine, she clings to her job at Technova, crammed into a tiny apartment on Miami's outskirts where car horns and the smell of greasy fast food are her daily soundtrack. Sophie doesn't fantasize about mansions or designer bags. Her biggest dream is not getting fired for forgetting to schedule a meeting. Back in college, she once stumbled into a classmate's dorm room after a birthday party, waking up hugging a chair, swearing she'd never overdrink again. But life clearly had other plans when it tossed her into Technova. Her boss is Noah Carter, 32, Technova's CEO, a young millionaire who walks into a room reeking of money and black coffee, no sugar. Noah's got that Hollywood wouldn't dare call kind of handsome, with tousled brown hair that's somehow sexy and razor-sharp blue eyes, always rocking a perfectly tailored black suit. He's cold, strict, and can make employees quake with a single eyebrow raise. "I don't pay you to yawn, Harper," he snaps, clutching his coffee cup like it's a lifeline. Sophie isn't scared of him, or so she tells herself. But working for Noah is like playing Russian roulette. One slip-up and it's game over. Today they're at a swanky Miami hotel where Noah just sealed a $1 million deal, and for the first time ever, he's ditching the coffee to try being human. That night, the hotel bar buzzes with neon lights and thumping EDM beats. Noah, fresh off signing a massive deal with investors, declares in a rare moment, "Everyone can cut loose tonight, even you, Harper." Sophie's jaw drops. "For real, Mr. Carter? I thought you were allergic to fun." Noah smirks, a grin so rare it's like hitting the jackpot, nearly making her forget her own name, and slides a tequila shot her way. "Drink up, don't leave me solo with this stuff." Sophie eyes the shot, thinking, "Oh no, last time I drank was prom, and I puked all over my shoes." But who says no to the boss? The first shot burns her throat like swallowing fire. The second has her giggling nonstop. And by the third, Noah's starting to look not half bad. "You know, if you chilled out, you'd be kind of okay," she slurs, waving her hand at nothing in particular. Noah, the guy who controls everything down to his inbox, starts to wobble too. He laughs, a loud first-time-ever sound, and fires back. "You're drunk, Harper. Don't make me call you an Uber." "You're drunk," she argues, even as her shot glass tips and spills across the table. Time flies like a whirlwind, and nobody's counting shots anymore. Noah stands, swaying slightly. "I'm heading to my room." "You're on your own." He staggers off, leaving Sophie dazed amid the music and tequila haze. "Gotta get to my room," she mumbles, lurching to her feet. Legs doing an unplanned disco dance. The hotel hallway stretches endlessly, chandeliers blinding her dizzy eyes. "Is my room 504 or 405? Why are these numbers running a marathon?" she grumbles, squinting at the blurry digits. Then she spots a door ajar, soft light spilling out like a heavenly invite. "Oh, thank God, the staff left it open for me." Sophie grins, stumbling in, kicking off her heels to parts unknown, tossing her bag onto a chair like a basketball pro, and diving onto the bed like an Olympic diver. "This time it's not a chair. It's a fancy bed," she whispers, hugging a pillow, unaware it's Noah's, and passing out in 3 seconds flat. But this isn't paradise, and it's not her room. It's Noah Carter's, and that bed's about to turn this night into a hilarious twist nobody saw coming. The next morning, Miami's blazing sunshine sliced through the curtains, hitting Noah Carter square in the face. yanking him out of sleep in a groggy haze. He frowned, sensing something off. The bed was comfy, sure, but why was it so warm? He muttered, "Did the heater break?" Then he caught a faint snoring sound beside him. "Since when do pillows snore?" he thought, tilting his head, and nearly jumped out of his skin when he saw a wild mess of hair pressed against his shoulder. "What the hell?" He rubbed his eyes, thinking it was a dream. But nope. There was Sophie Harper, his assistant, sleeping like a baby, her arms wrapped around his like he was her teddy bear. Noah bolted upright, heart pounding. "Oh God, is this a horror flick or a rom-com?" Sophie, lost in a dreamy haze, savored the bed's softness. "Five-star hotels are the best," she mumbled, stretching out and hugging her pillow, actually Noah, even tighter. But why was this pillow so firm and warm? She scrunched her brow, slowly opening her eyes, and as morning light flooded in, she saw a chiseled chest right in front of her. Looking up, she locked onto Noah's icy blue stare, glaring at her like she was an alien. Her brain froze for 3 seconds, then she screamed, "What are you doing in my room?" She sprang up, tripped over the blanket, and crashed to the floor, clutching her head. "I'm so dead." Noah rubbed his forehead, voice flat. "Your room?" "This is my room, Harper." Sophie blinked, breathing erratic. "What?" She scanned the place. Fancy gray curtains, a desk with a sleek laptop, a neatly folded black suit on a chair. Reality hit her like a Miami wave. "Oh my God, I got the wrong room." She covered her face, cheeks red as a lobster. "I swear I didn't mean to." Noah crossed his arms, eyeing her like a tech glitch. "I figured, or I'd have called security when you started snoring." Sophie gaped. "I don't snore." "Oh, you do," he shot back coolly, making her want to disappear. Sophie scrambled to her feet, hair a bird's nest, hands flailing for her shoes. "This never happened. Nobody knows. I'm out of here." She backed toward the door, but just then a loud knock rang out. "Mr. Carter?" It was Sarah, Sophie's co-worker, calling from outside. Sophie paled. "My life's over." Noah glanced at her, barking an order like it was a board meeting. "Hide!" "Where?" Sophie panicked, looking around. The sofa was too obvious, the closet too tiny, until she dove under the bed, nearly wedging her head in the sheets. "I can't do this," she whined, but squeezed in anyway. Noah calmly stood, smoothed his shirt, and opened the door with his usual poker face. "Morning, Sarah." Sarah stepped in, all smiles. "Good morning, Mr. Carter. Just a heads up, there's a meeting at 9 a.m. "Oh, have you seen Sophie? She vanished after the party last night." She paused, adding slyly, "She's not here, right? I swear I heard her snoring from the hallway." Under the bed, Sophie held her breath, praying no one peeked down. Noah didn't flinch. "No, I haven't seen Harper." "You probably mistook it for the AC." Sarah tilted her head, suspicious. "Really? You look a little off." "It's just the lighting," Noah said, steady as if reciting quarterly earnings. Sarah shrugged. "Huh, weird. See you at the meeting." She left and Noah shut the door. Sophie crawled out, hair full of dust, face crumpled. "Nightmare. I just hid under my boss's bed. My life's officially toast." Noah smirked, teasing, "You made it out alive, Harper. I'm impressed. Thought you'd get stuck down there." Sophie glared, brushing off her shirt. "You're joking now." "I'm leaving, forgetting this ever happened." She grabbed her shoes, one with a busted sole, and headed out, but Noah called after her. "Harper, next time you're drunk, check the room number." She spun around, yelling, "There's no next time!" and bolted, her dignity dissolving like seafoam. But forgetting wasn't that easy. Sophie stumbled through the hotel hallway, head spinning, desperate to reach her room and pretend last night was a bad dream. She muttered, "Get to my room, lock the door, play dead till the conference ends." But as she turned into the lobby, she crashed right into Sarah. "Sophie!" Sarah shouted, making her jump like she'd been zapped. "Hey, Sarah, morning." Sophie forced a smile, clutching her head. "Morning. It's almost 10. Sarah dragged her to a corner, cutting straight to it. "Okay, spill. Were you in Carter's room last night? Don't lie, I saw you sneaking out that way." Sophie freaked, stammering, I brought him coffee early this morning. Sarah squinted. Coffee? With hair like you just survived a hurricane? Sophie yelped, I'm hungry. Stop asking. Sarah wasn't letting go, arms crossed. You're hiding something, aren't you? No! Sophie shouted, sweat beading, but Sarah had already turned away, whispering to a few coworkers. Sophie was in Carter's room, I swear. I saw her sneaking, and he's acting way too chill about it. Soon the whole conference was buzzing. Sophie and the boss? What's the tea? At breakfast in the hotel restaurant, Sophie avoided Noah's gaze, but he sat a few tables away, looking sharp in his black suit and sipping coffee like nothing happened. Sarah leaned in, whispering, You're staring at Carter weird. I'm not, Sophie snapped, hands shaking, spilling her coffee. Sophie caught the gossip swirling, face flaming. God, I just want to deliver pizzas and be done with this. When someone asked, You and the boss for real? She denied it. No, I just fell asleep in the lobby. But the look she got, all, ooh, something's up, told her this was blowing up, and Sarah was the spark lighting this drama bomb. After the rumor wildfire swept through the Technova conference, Sophie just wanted to pack up and hide under her blankets forever. But that afternoon, Noah summoned her to a private meeting room in the hotel, slamming the door shut and fixing her with his signature icy stare. Sit down, Harper, he commanded, clutching his black coffee like a weapon. Sophie sat, fidgeting nervously. If you're firing me over last night, just say it. Noah smirked, that half smile that made her both terrified and annoyed. Nobody's firing you. Listen up. The investors think we're a couple, and it's making them more likely to sign a bigger deal. Sophie's jaw dropped. What? Noah continued unfazed. I want you to pretend to be my girlfriend till the conference ends. Just a few days, a couple of dinners, then we're done. Sophie laughed like it was a bad joke. Are you nuts? I'd rather deliver pizzas than play your girlfriend. Noah leaned in, voice low. Do you want Technova to land this deal or not? It's a big opportunity. Sophie opened her mouth to argue, but the thought of her year-end bonus made her grit her teeth. Fine, but when the conference is over, it's over. No strings attached. Noah nodded. Deal. He offered a handshake, but Sophie glared. No thanks, I don't want your CEO germs. Noah chuckled softly, and she started wondering if she'd just made a deal with the devil. That night at a fancy beachside dinner in the hotel restaurant, Sophie and Noah debuted as Technova's golden couple. Sophie wore a simple green dress, the only thing in her suitcase still intact, while Noah looked GQ ready in his black suit. He slid his hand around her waist, whispering, Smile, Harper. Don't look like you're at the dentist. Sophie forced a grin, but her shaky hand nearly splashed wine on his jacket. I'm not used to you touching me. Don't blame me. Noah murmured back, Get used to it. Your acting sucks. The main investor, Bob Grayson, a middle-aged guy with oversized glasses, approached with a big grin. Noah, Sophie, you two are the perfect pair. Makes me want to sign that contract right now. But Sarah, lurking nearby, jumped in. Really? I saw Sophie leaving Mr. Carter's room this morning. Got a story there? Sophie stammered, face paling. I brought him coffee. Noah jumped in fast. She makes the worst coffee in the company. I almost sued her for sabotage. Bob roared with laughter. That's hilarious. I love it. Sophie shot Noah a death glare, hissing, Thanks for throwing me under the bus. Noah smirked. No problem. You're worth the deal. The tension didn't let up. At the table, still fuming from being betrayed, Sophie accidentally kicked Noah's shin under the table in revenge. He froze mid-steak cut, giving her a "you're dead" look, but then retaliated by brushing his hand over hers on the table, making her blush and forget her comeback. You can't win this game, he whispered, smug as hell. Sophie grumbled, Don't get cocky, I'm just acting. But her racing heart had her questioning, am I acting or am I actually into this? Over a few days of playing pretend, Sophie started seeing Noah differently. He wasn't just the cold boss she'd pegged him for. During meetings, he'd quietly adjust her chair, or slip her a water bottle when her voice gave out from talking too much. Noah, too, found Sophie oddly charming. The way she clumsily spilled coffee and played it off, or threw witty jabs that nearly made him crack up mid-meeting. "You're not as bad as I thought," he'd said once, leaving her flustered. Thanks." On the conference's final night, after the closing party, Sophie wandered to Miami's beach for some fresh air. Noah showed up, no suit, just a white shirt unbuttoned, hair tousled by the sea breeze. "Hiding from me?" he asked, voice unusually soft. Sophie shrugged. "Nah, just needed a breather." They stood side by side, waves crashing, the silence awkward yet electric. Noah turned to her. "I once got the wrong room, too. My old boss's, after a party. Woke up on his couch, nearly got fired. You're not so bad, Harper." Sophie burst out laughing. "You were a klutz, too. I feel less lame now." Noah stepped closer, blue eyes locking onto hers. "This isn't a plan anymore." Before she could react, Noah leaned in and kissed her, slow, warm, like the ocean pulling her under. She froze for a second, then kissed back, grabbing his shirt. When they broke apart, Sophie gasped, "You're crazy." Noah grinned. "Maybe, but you're crazy too, and I like it." She turned away, hiding a smile. This wasn't in the script, but deep down she knew this kiss had just torn up the plan and sparked something real. After that unexpected kiss on Miami's beach, Sophie bolted back to her room, heart pounding like she'd just run a marathon. She flopped onto the bed, telling herself, "He's my boss. This can't happen." But the warm memory of Noah's lips lingered, making her mutter, "I've lost it for sure." That night she tossed and turned, wrestling with her head. It's just a plan. And her heart, but I like it. Just as she decided to sleep it off, a knock jolted her. Opening the door, she found Noah there, shirt rumpled, blue eyes piercing. "Give me a shot, Harper." She meant to say no, but blurted, "One shot, you crazy boss." Noah grinned, the realest smile she'd ever seen, and she knew her heart had just waved the white flag. Back in Miami, they kept it hush-hush at Technova. By day, Noah was still the icy boss barking, "Harper, where's the report?" And Sophie snapped back, "Here, chill out." But after hours, they were each other's. They grabbed burgers at a roadside joint, Noah spilling ketchup on his shirt, earning Sophie's laugh. "You're clumsy too?" Weekends, they escaped to Key West, lounging on the beach with beers, swapping stories, from Sophie torching a report to Noah nearly dozing off in a meeting. "You're not half bad," he said, making her blush. "You're okay too, without the coffee." One night at Sophie's apartment, Noah dropped to one knee, holding a handmade ring so warped it looked run over. "Marry me? I suck at crafting rings, but I'm good at loving you." Sophie laughed through tears. "Oh my God, yes, but get a real ring. I'm not wearing this in public." Noah pulled her close, kissing her forehead. "Deal." Their laughter filled the tiny room. When Sarah found out later, she squealed, "I shipped you guys from day one." The wedding unfolded on Miami's beach under a glowing sunset. Sophie wore a simple white dress, no frills, while Noah looked dashing in a gray suit, ditching coffee to hold her hand. In their vows, Sophie said, "You drive me nuts, make me laugh, and made me love you. I promise to love you even if you forget sugar in your coffee." Noah replied, "You're the best deal I ever signed." As he slid the ring on, his clumsy hands dropped the misshapen thing into the sand. Sophie scooped it up, grinning. "I'll wear this one anyway. It's like you, not perfect, but mine." They kissed to the sound of crashing waves, as if all of Miami cheered them on. As the party wound down, Noah whispered, "You're the biggest risk I ever took, worth every second." Sophie smiled, "And you're the craziest boss I've ever met." And that's a wrap on Sophie and Noah's journey, from a drunken room mix-up to a wonky wedding ring, sweeter than a Miami burger. What did you think of this wild ride? What would you do if you got caught crashing your boss's room? Drop it in the comments below. Hit that heart if you're vibing with this, share it to crack up your crew, and subscribe so you don't miss more top-tier love stories from Soul and Love Stories. Help us hit 1,000 subs to keep delivering more juicy love drama your way. Catch you next time, fam.